guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video, I'm going to take a look at a figure that is another one of those 3 3/4 inch Black Series line figures from the Force Awakens, which is the line that kind of got cancelled, but they managed to put a few out as Walmart exclusives. As you've read by the title now, this one is the First Order Stormtrooper. Now, before we take a look at him in full, we'll take a look at the packaging this one comes in. So the presentation box style of the more recent Black Series 3 3/4 inch line, so as opposed to the card back and bubble, which is probably what the vintage collection is going to entail back to. Of course, you've got the artwork by Gregory Titus of a First Order Stormtrooper, and then on the back as well with the bio, which says, equipped with sleek armour and powerful weapons, the Stormtroopers enforce the will of the First Order. So yeah, just simple basic description, and a lot of it's just repeated again in other languages depending on where in Europe you've bought this. And you see, nothing really different about the packaging as opposed to what I showed you in the Han Solo video earlier, other than it's just smaller than the regular 6-inch style. So, down to the figure itself. It's a good figure, I'll say it, but it is kind of bad at the same time. There are a few bits to put down, because there's one point I'm spotting out. There's a little bit of trouble with the paint application. I read that there's a few others that had that kind of issue with paint application on this figure, so it's nothing new to go on. So it's just something that I'm noting, that this figure also has that problem. This is probably down to the cheaper manufacturing that they've been doing due to rising costs. There's a few bits to miss here, because there's bits on the legs as well there. But the armour as a whole is caught really well. I know it's showing up as kind of a light bluish on the camera here, but I still like the having this version of a 3 3/4 inch First Order Stormtrooper holding physically in my hands is a lot better than having, you know, several 5 POA ones. Because I've got this one and a 5 points one, so, and then one of Finn. So yeah, just hold it that way. But that aside, it's just fantastic to have this figure on display. Have 5 POA Stormtroopers all one next to the other. Accessories include the regular Stormtrooper blaster and a Stormtrooper pistol, which is also removable from the belt. These weren't very heavily featured in the films. The only time I think we've actually seen one be wielded is in The Last Jedi. During a scene with Captain Phasma, Rose is seen wielding one of these blasters against Phasma. You probably saw the trailer, because Finn is in the trailer. Finn is dueling her, and Rose is wielding one of these things as well, shooting off some of the other Stormtroopers while this is taking place. Of course, the other blaster does also fit onto the holster spot as well. So I can go down like that, and you can just wield him with a pistol instead. The helmet sculpt is really well done. It's the Force Awakens variant, because you probably recall that Ryan Johnson altered it slightly for The Last Jedi, because he doesn't seem to have heard the word continuity. Sorry. No, I like The Last Jedi. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that now. I've seen the film again since it came out on Blu-ray. I still like it just as much as I did before, and I know there are things wrong with it, but there's things wrong with every film. Even the originals and Force Awakens and Rogue One have their flaws as well. And so do well, obviously most people know the prequels do. But yeah, aside from that, just place the blaster back in there. Get this on. There's a bit of a mission to do this. That'll do. So of course you can run down onto the base of Jakku or Takodana. There are a few other of these that were released. I've said that before. There's a Kylo Ren, which I was never able to find, but I'll get that on the vintage collection whenever that comes out. And there's also a Finn, and I believe a Rey out there too. Rey is coming in the vintage collection, so I'm just going to wait for that. But yeah, run down the articulation. You have a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles. So it's very hyper articulated, this figure. Of course, I've left out the swivel thighs that most of the 6-inch figures took in comparison to this, but that's not too much of a bother to worry about. And this thing does stand up really well on the shelf, and I'm absolutely chuffed to bits to have him in my collection, and I might try and get my hands on another one, because my Forbidden Planet was selling these. They just kind of put a handful of these on the shelves at a lower price than what Walmart and Asda had been charging them at. I don't really go to Asda that often, but they're still great figures regardless. So yeah, that is the First Order Stormtrooper from the Black Series 3.75 inch line. Just shame I don't have the 5 POA one to put next to it, but yeah, what are you going to do? So yeah, so I enjoyed looking at him. I should be back with some more reviews very soon. Till then, do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, hit that notification bell so you'll know when my next video comes up, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Descriptions all there, all of them are down there in the description below. I'll see you next time, guys.